All right, let me know if you guys are getting sound now. Can you guys hear me? Anybody out there hear me? No sound? Okay, we in? Okay. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch. You will not get me to commit crime against myself or anyone else. I'm not a violent person. You guys made 9 people get killed. You guys got 9 people killed with your predictive policing domestic terrorism program. How many people have to die, SJPD? How many people have to die, Neighborhood Watch? How many people have to die, VTA? Before you guys stop harassing people with your predictive policing program. Computers aren't designed to tell if a person is gonna commit a crime. You guys can't do that shit, that's illegal. That's domestic terrorism. And then when the person does not commit a crime, you guys create a crime for that person to commit so you guys can stay in the fucking place of your jobs. Everybody knows there's big police cuts. You guys gotta create crime. So that's what you're doing. You're creating crime with your fucking domestic terrorism program. But you will not get me to commit violence against myself or anyone else. It won't happen. I'm not a violent person, and I'm definitely not suicidal. So that won't work. You're better off sending me back to Africa. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, you guys are getting people killed in your predictive policing domestic terrorism program. You guys are letting computers predict when people are gonna do. And that's not right, that's not fair. What if somebody did that to you? Yeah, you guys be crying. You guys be killing yourselves. You guys be going crazy. Just like you made the VTA guy go crazy and kill himself and 8 others with your domestic terrorism program. Yeah, that building right there got people killed, man. You didn't hear about the 8 people that died, that got shot? A VTA worker went up, he was being harassed by his co-workers, the police department, and Neighborhood Watch.
Really?
He got so tired of it that he finally went into VTA and killed 8 people and killed himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, it just happened not too long ago, bro.
Now it's closed, this one?
No, it's not closed. They're still in business. They're still giving people rides and everywhere. Rides all over the place. There go a VTA van right there. That white van. See VTA? Them.
No.
Those people right there. You guys are getting people murdered, VTA, with your predictive policing domestic terrorism program. Save lives and stop this program. Stop people from dying on this predictive policing program that VTA, SJPD, and Neighborhood Watch are issuing out to neighborhood American citizens. SJPD, Neighborhood Watch, VTA, please stop your domestic terrorism. People are dying. You already got 9 people killed. You're trying to get me to cause some violence, but it won't work. I'm not a violent person. I'm not suicidal. You're better off sending me back to Africa because you will not get me to be your fucking weapon. You will not get me to be your fucking weapon. It will not happen. I'm not a violent person. I'm not suicidal, SJPD. I'm not suicidal, VTA. I'm not suicidal, Neighborhood Watch. Conduct your terrorism somewhere else. It won't work on me. All you'll do is get exposed. I don't care. You can silence me, do whatever you feel you need to do. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, please stop your domestic terrorism. It is getting American citizens killed. Your predictive policing is not so predictive. If it was predictive, you would have been able to predict the 9 people you guys got killed. Or was that the agenda so that you could pass your gun laws? Help me understand. Help me understand how I'm an American citizen trapped on a domestic terrorist list, being harassed by American citizens. Help me understand, because I don't understand. What I do understand is you harass somebody to the point of killing himself and 8 others. I understand that much. I understand that's what you're trying to get me to do, but I also understand that that won't work. And what is this? What are you doing on the tree, sir? Is that supposed to be some type of fucking, you supposed to be scaring me with that? Shoot it. If you're gonna do it, shoot it. I'm not afraid. Do what you have to do. Point your laser weapons. I don't give a fuck. Make sure you use it, because I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing. I can tell you that much. It's not gonna, you're not scaring me, you're not intimidating me. So do what you have to do. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch. Your domestic terrorism is not working on me. You're better off sending me back to Africa. You do not intimidate me. You will not intimidate me. It won't happen. Your domestic terrorism has to come to an end. It has to stop. You guys got 9 people killed. And then you walk on with your smirks and you grin and all this bullshit like it's funny. Like you're just fucking superior to the fucking world and nothing can happen to you. This program has to come to a stop. It's getting people killed. This predictive policing where they let computers predict when somebody's gonna commit a crime. And then when that person does not commit the crime that they predicted, they create a crime for that person to commit. By using their fucking neighborhood watch, domestic terrorism, to go around harassing American citizens. Domestic terrorism is illegal. I'm sure you guys know that already. This one headlight vehicle over here is to get me to fucking trigger me into violent reactions. You will not trigger me into a violent reaction with your one headlight. You will not trigger me into a violent reaction with your one tail light. I will not be triggered. You guys triggered somebody into killing 9 people, 8 people and himself, with your one headlight and your one tail light triggers and your harassment. It won't work. It won't work, Three Stooges. The Three Stooges, it won't work. Your domestic terrorism has to come to an end. Like those bright red shorts, sir.
Oh, they're not red.
Yeah, they are. Sure, just like your shirt. Just like your shirt, bucko. Domestic terrorism is illegal. Domestic terrorism is illegal, sir. Beep your horn if you feel that domestic terrorism is illegal. Domestic terrorism is illegal. Neighborhood Watch, VTA, SJPD, you guys know, domestic terrorism is illegal. If I jaywalk, you'll give me a ticket for the smallest fucking jaywalk. But you guys are letting American citizens, Neighborhood Watch, the rich and wealthy, go around harassing American citizens and employing whoever they want to employ to harass American citizens. In fact, you guys are teaching criminals how to be better criminals with your tactics. You guys are teaching criminals how to be better criminals with your domestic terrorism tactics from the FBI that you guys are deploying on American citizens with your predictive policing bullshit. You should be able to predict, if you got me on your predictive policing list, you should predict that I'm not going to cause harm to myself or no one else. You got the wrong Negro. The wrong Negro, buddy. It won't work. Your domestic terrorism doesn't work on me. Your intimidation does not work on me. You guys are getting American citizens murdered with your domestic terrorism program. Letting your little kids go around harass people, putting people on front line, putting your kids on front line, using your kids to harass people. What type of shit is that? You guys don't even care about your kids. You put your kids on the front line to harass people. What kind of parents are you? That's abuse. Neighborhood watch? That's abuse. Putting your kids in danger like that. Causing vehicular damage. Having your fucking domestic terrorists in all black go around letting air out people's tires as you follow them around with your one headlights and your one tail lights. Trying to trigger violence out of the target. You can't trigger violence out of me. I won't let you trigger violence out of me. If I want to be violent, it's on my own accord, and I'm not a violent person. So you won't be able to trigger it out of me, SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch. I am not your fucking experiment. You cannot experiment on me and try and have me hurt, cause harm to myself or others. It won't work. You got the wrong Negro. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch. Please quit harassing American citizens. You guys are getting American citizens killed. And I see you guys just let your security guard loose, but this is protesting, and protesting is perfectly legal. I'm protesting you guys getting people murdered, VTA. 9 people you guys got murdered with your domestic terrorism predictive policing program. Completely illegal. Driving citizens to the point of insanity where they feel like they have to kill themselves or others for peace. That's not fair. That's not freedom. You guys are getting people to murder people, mentally damaging people. That's not right. That's not freedom. Putting people on your domestic terrorism list is not freedom. While you guys line your fat, wealthy pockets, and you can buy your fancy blue button-ups, and your fancy blue slacks, and your fancy fucking shoes, so you can harass American citizens and drive in your fancy fucking Hellcats and Rice Rockets. Not gonna work with me, SJPD. I'm not a violent person. Not gonna work with me, VTA. I'm not a violent person. You're better off sending me back to Africa. You got the wrong Negro. You got the wrong Negro. If you think I'm gonna cause a violent act because of your terrorism. You're not gonna trigger me into violence with your one headlights. You're not gonna trigger me into violence with your one tail lights. It won't work. Neighborhood Watch, VTA, SJPD, I will not be triggered. You will not trigger me into violence with your domestic terrorism program, your predictive policing program. It won't work. It won't happen. You got the wrong Negro. You guys made 9 people die. You got got 9 people murdered, 9 people killed. Just so somebody could get a little bit of freedom from this domestic terrorism program.
Hey, it didn't even happen the day they said it did.
Huh?
It didn't even happen the day it said it did.
When did-
It literally happened years ago. They're only pulling a remake, all due to me having to have been a second time forced out into that park by my family.
What happened, bro?
Literally, those people died years ago. Yet it's just a recreation.
Oh, it's a recreation?
Yes.
So what happened?
They died years ago.
No,
okay?
what?
And yet, because I got forced back out here, and this woman, Jenny, has such pull that Sam, the mayor, don't even have a say. She overrides him, just like she's been overriding the judge. And yet the judge has been accusing me. They've been accusing me of all these crimes I never even committed. They've literally forced me into incarceration for 7.5 months where I fought the trials. I beat the trials, except for one case. Half of it, I didn't even get beat. I filed the appeal, yet they had 2 months. It's 24 months now we're waiting on. 24 months. I've been waiting on this appeal.
Yeah, they're getting mad. You can tell they're getting mad. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother.
It's a nice bullhorn. Where'd you go buy it?
Oh, it was gifted. It was gifted by a fellow targeted individual. Have you noticed anything crazy, like people following you around with one headlight, one tail light, anything like that? Nothing like that?
No.
Your domestic terrorism will not work. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, your domestic terrorism will not work.
I go, why is it both
It will not work.
I go,
I see the looks on your faces. It won't work. You guys have been gonna get caught, man.
I go, why is it both times that they had it shown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that both times it was done at City Hall instead of where it happened, right there at the VTA yard?
Yeah.
They could have done it at VTA here, but they did it at City Hall. But it's VTA members.
Okay, we're gonna look into that too, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the knowledge, the information. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch. You guys are getting American citizens to commit crimes.
The only way to solve it is to have someone help me, and yet, in order to get that help, someone has to be willing.
Yep, somebody has to be willing. I think they probably sent him. They sent that guy. Hell yeah.
Well, I already got the computer, just nobody to assist.
We'll try to help you with that. They sent that guy, ladies and gentlemen. They sent him. He's trying to make us look crazy.
Especially when they put things like the same California flag, right?
Right.
Or the same city flag, and yet stick a freaking patch that you could iron or sew on something, and yet it'd be from 2015.
Yeah, man. Don't pay attention to them.
That's when it had happened.
Just don't pay attention to their domestic terrorism, brother. These are domestic terrorists. Make no mistake about it.
You want to cope?
Anytime you make a person afraid to go out and handle his daily business or her daily business, afraid to go to work because they feel that they're going to be workplace mobbed.
Leaving the house,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the fact of how
Workplace mob. They're getting workplace mobbed. You can't put a person in that position and expect it to run smoothly. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get killed, and that's just what happened at the VTA. They put this man on a domestic terrorist list, and they domestically terrorized him until he felt like he had to kill 8 others and himself for peace. Just for a little bit of peace, he had to kill himself and 8 other people behind this domestic terrorism program.
Not even why you did it. They programmed it through pirate.
I hear you, brother. The domestic terrorism has to stop. You guys have to stop the domestic terrorism, Neighborhood Watch, VTA, SJPD, You guys have to stop the domestic terrorism. People are dying. You guys are getting people killed with your triggers. Your one headlight triggers. Your one tail light triggers. You're driving people to the point of insanity with your one headlight triggers. With your one tail light triggers. You're driving people to the point of insanity to where they feel like they have to kill themselves and others just to fucking get a little bit of peace. Just to get a little bit of peace. But that won't work on me, SJPD. It won't work on me, VTA. It won't work on me, Neighborhood Watch. You got the wrong Negro. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. It will not happen. All your Neighborhood Watch, all black wearing assassins that you have roam the streets at night in all black and terrorize American citizens. The ones that you guys call targets. The ones that you guys label us as targeted individuals. We're your targets. We are the targets that you guys try and get to commit crimes. We are the targets that you guys try to get to hurt themselves and others with your triggers, your one headlight triggers and your one tail light triggers. Anybody think I'm lying? Anybody think I'm joking? Ask yourself why you've seen so many one headlights. Ask yourself why you've seen so many cars with one headlight. Ask yourself why you've seen so many cars with one tail light. New cars, BMWs, Benzes, and shit like that. Cars of the year with one headlight and one tail light. That's because these rich fucks are getting their pockets lined by domestically terrorizing American citizens. Your churches, your EMS, your firefighters, using all these people to terrorize American citizens. And I got 10 years of footage. 10 years of being followed around with one headlight from different vehicles. Over 2,500 different vehicles with one headlight. You guys won't even see 1,000 of those in your lifetime. And they all say they don't know they got one headlight. Every single one of them don't have one headlight. Domestic terrorism. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Is it legalized? Have you guys legalized domestic terrorism in America? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because I'm being domestically terrorized on a daily basis. There are thousands and thousands of us being domestically terrorized on a daily basis. With your predictive programming, your predictive policing. You guys are terrorizing, turning people into walking, talking, ticking time bombs. Why are you guys turning people into walking, talking, ticking time bombs, booty bandit? Why are you guys turning people into walking, talking, ticking time bombs? Don't cough out a lung, little brother. Don't want you to cough out a lung. You got a nice truck right there. That truck probably cost you a lot of money from domestically terrorizing American citizens. That's a nice fucking truck. Touching on yourself. Nobody wants to see you touch on yourself. You're on live right now. You're on YouTube Live. Everybody's seeing you touch on yourself. What's going on with that, pervert? Domestic terrorism is illegal, sir. Quit harassing me for the police. They're hiring perverts. They use perverts in this domestic terrorism program. molesters, people who can't get jobs, junkies, homeless people. It doesn't matter if you can be bought, they'll use you to harass people. Anyone who can be bought, they will use you to harass people. The less you can be bought for, the better. Here's a fucking cookie. They'll give you a cookie to put your life on the line. If you accept it, whatever you accept, that's what they'll take. Or that's what they'll give. Your domestic terrorism program has to come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. You got people touching on themselves. I didn't want to see this man touching on himself. I didn't ask this man to touch on himself in front of me. But the police had him do it. Neighborhood Watch had him do it. VTA had him do it. Because that's what they're doing. They're paying people to harass American citizens. Trying to trigger American citizens with their one headlights and their one tail lights. But it won't work. I'm not a violent person, SJPD. I'm not suicidal either. You won't get me to cause violence against anyone or myself. You got the wrong Negro. You have the wrong Negro. I'm not a violent person. Not violent at all. So why have you issued this domestic terrorism program out on me? Why am I being domestically terrorized by your rats? SJPD, VTA. I mean, I know you guys are out here. VTA building is right here. You just sent the security guard out. Why can't you guys come tell me why you're domestically terrorizing me, VTA? SJPD, why can't you come tell me why you're domestically terrorizing me? Why you're trying... Shit. Why you're trying to get me to cause harm to myself or others? It won't work. You're better off sending me back to Africa. You got the wrong Negro, SJPD. You got the wrong Negro, VTA. You got the wrong Negro, Neighborhood Watch. I'm not going to commit violence. I'm not going to commit crimes. You guys are getting people killed. I'm pretty sure you guys heard the story of Myron May. Myron May was put in the same fucking program till he got too tired and he felt like he had to go, handle his business just for a little bit more peace, just for a little bit more comfort. It's sad when a person feels like if they're better off dead. You guys are making people feel better. We got the booty bandit again, ladies and gentlemen, with her MK Ultra bullshit. See, these are triggers designed to make the target flip out and cause harm to somebody else or himself or herself. These are the type of fucking triggers they throw at you. You guys see how many times that girl came by in her yellow shirt? Look up MK Ultra. MK Ultra, this is a faction of the MK Ultra program that they're using on American citizens. Your MK Ultra will not work on me. You can't program me. You won't program me. I won't let it happen. Anytime I feel like I even think I'm being programmed, I'm going to check myself. I'm going to stop and check myself. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, your domestic terrorism has to stop. And I'm willing to be silenced. I don't care. I know I'm not going to get away with this. This program is way too big for me to get away with doing this. So whatever you have to do, do it. Because I'm not going to stop. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, you guys are getting people murdered in your domestic terrorism program. Your predictive policing is getting people killed. Your predictive policing is getting people killed. And then when people don't commit the crimes you predict, you create crimes for them to commit. How in the hell does that work? I don't commit a crime, so you force me to commit a crime with your triggers and your harassment? You force me into violence? You force me into having to protect myself? You force me into having to defend my Constitution with your harassment? Trust me, I'm not going to hurt myself or no one else. I've been in this program for 10 years. If I wanted to hurt somebody, it would have happened a long time ago. A long time ago, and you wouldn't have seen me coming. I promise you. VTA, Neighborhood Watch, SJPD, your domestic terrorism has to come to an end. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, you guys have to stop terrorizing American citizens. People do not like or want to be forced in committing violence against themselves or others. But you guys are forcing them to do this. You guys are forcing them to keep you guys paid. Keep your police intact. Because you know we don't need so many police, so you create all these fucking crimes. You create people to do crimes. You're creating crimes for people to just slip into with your harassment. This is what you guys did to the Jewish people, right? Isn't this like some Nazi shit? Doesn't this go back into the books of Nazism? Your domestic terrorism has to come to an end, Neighborhood Watch, VTA, SJPD. You guys are getting people murdered so you can drive your nice fancy Porsches and things of that nature. So you can flaunt your money around and probably go buy prostitutes after you harass American citizens. Harassing American citizens is illegal. Look at that arm out the window, so sweet. You can't trigger me, champ. You won't trigger me. And yell all you won't intimidate me either. You cannot intimidate me. Domestic terrorism is illegal, ladies and gentlemen. Forcing people to commit crimes against self or others is illegal. Using foreigners to harass American citizens is illegal. Domestic terrorism is illegal. So how many people have to die, SJPD, VTA? How many people have to die for you guys to be comfortable enough to stop harassing American citizens? How many people have to die for you guys to be comfortable enough to stop harassing American citizens? I don't want to be a victim on your kill list, SJPD. How many people have to die for you guys to feel comfortable? Neighborhood watch. How many gadgets and shit do you need? How many nice cars and shit do you need before you guys stop harassing American citizens for pay? Huh? How many fancy wheelchairs do you need? Fancy wheelchairs with engines on them for harassing American citizens. How many of those do you need? Police creating crimes so they can stay in position. Neighborhood watch, participating in domestic terrorism so they can feel special, so they can feel good about themselves. And you ain't gonna get one of your informants to intimidate me. That won't happen. That won't happen, so you can yell all you want. You can scream all the obscenities you want. You guys are gonna have to stop killing American citizens. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, take me off of your domestic terrorism list. Stop terrorizing me. Stop having your citizens go around and harass me. Stop having your citizens try and trigger me into violent reactions with their one headlight and their one tail light. I will not be triggered. I will not be triggered. You will not get me to cause violence to myself or others. It will not happen. You can't do it. And I don't give a fuck what type of technology you have. You will not get me to cause violence on myself or others. Anytime I feel like I'm being programmed, I'm gonna stop and check myself. Have a long conversation with myself. Because I understand that this isn't me, this isn't my nature. But you guys are programming American citizens into hurting themselves or hurting others. Your predictive policing. Your predictive policing has to come to a stop. Your predictive policing was created so that you guys could stay in place, so that you guys could keep the money coming, so that you guys would need more police, or the people would think you needed more police, so you guys could keep getting money. So now you got American citizens being terrorized to the point they feel like they have to kill themselves or others just to get on a little bit more comfortably. I don't want to die in your program. You guys got people coming out here from other countries to escape oppression. Then they start oppressing American citizens, and it's legal because you guys are letting them do it. How the fuck does that work? Can somebody answer me that? Can somebody please answer me that? How are you taking criminals and creating better criminals by teaching them domestic terrorist tactics? You guys are teaching criminals how to be better criminals with your surveillance program, your surveillance/harassment. You guys are teaching criminals how to be better criminals. You guys are teaching rapists how to be better rapists, and drug dealers how to be better drug dealers. Teaching them techniques to evade the law, because what they're doing is illegal to American citizens. Harassing them to the point of murder, to where they have to kill themselves or others. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, you guys are domestically terrorizing American citizens. forcing them to the point of killing themselves and others. Your one headlight triggers don't work on me. Your one tail light triggers don't work on me. You won't trigger me into hurting anybody. You won't trigger me into hurting myself. It won't work. You guys already made one man kill 8 people and himself with your fucking triggers. Those triggers won't work on me. Your MK Ultra and all that bullshit, it just don't work. Why are you guys hiring so many foreigners to terrorize American citizens? Is it so when that program comes down, you can blame it on them? You can say, oh, it was the Chinese. Oh, it was the Russians. Who are you going to blame for your terrorism this time, SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch? Who are you going to force to commit murder this time? It won't be me. You won't get me to do your dirty deeds so that you can pass your gun laws? Hell, I can't even own a gun. I can't own a gun. So why in the hell am I going to help you pass your fucking gun laws? Why are you going to try and get me to domestically terrorize somebody? Why are you going to try and get me to kill somebody or kill myself? It won't work. Your gun laws aren't that important to me. Hey, excuse me, sir. You want to tell everybody on live? Everybody just seen you touch your penis. Why did you touch your penis? Everybody on live just seen you touch your penis. Why'd you do that, sir? That's domestic terrorism. Nobody wants to see you touch your penis. You're not going to trigger me into a violent reaction. You want to touch your penis in public? That's your perverted ways. I don't care about that, sir. Just don't be touching on yourself around kids. Please don't touch yourself around kids. SJP. Oh yeah, you guys got to understand there are police getting on here too as well. Police do come on my channel. So police are going to be getting on here. They have their little fucking neighborhood watch. I got my channel on the back of the van, so you know, neighborhood watch and all the, you know, the police they're going to be getting on here trying to make us look crazy and shit. But I mean, like, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Especially the one headlights, the one tail lights, and all that shit. They can't deny that. It's too many of them to be trying to fucking deny that or say anything about that. And those are triggers. Those are designed to, you know, make people hurt themselves or others. The proof is in the pudding. Go back and look into it. For those who don't believe that this is real, go look into it. SJPD, VTA, Neighborhood Watch. Your domestic terrorism has to come to an end. You guys are getting American citizens killed. 8 people at the VTA. 9 if you include the guy who killed himself. But this is what you guys caused. This is a result of your domestic terrorism program. Your predictive policing. You guys letting computers dictate who's going to commit a crime. And then when that person doesn't commit the crime, you guys create a crime for that person to commit through harassment using your neighborhood watch domestic terrorists. It has to come to an end. You guys are going to have to stop touching on your penises around grown men. Grown men don't want to see other grown men touching on themselves. That's perverted. I'm not gay. No offense to gay people, but I'm not gay, so I don't want to see no man touching on himself. Not around me. I mean, at least take that shit like 20, 30 feet. Harass me at least from 20, 30 feet away if you're gonna do it like that. Nobody wants to see grown men touching on themselves. Your domestic terrorism has to come to a stop, SJPD. You guys are domestically terrorizing American citizens. All right, y'all. I'm gonna stop this right now, and I'm gonna go park, and then I'm gonna start another live.